You're going to sit there forever. So I want to shoot my video, my intro video, I want to shoot it here. But as you can see, somebody else, he's sat here is watching his phone with the other guys watching their phones. Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is Photos of Taiwan. My name is Ian. I'm a photographer, a teacher, and a Taiwan enjoyer for the better part of 9 years. Today is day 5 of 365 of the 365 project. I'm in Pier 2, or I'm at Pier 2, and let's see where this takes us. Yeah, so as you guys know, I've been here a few times and I've done a few shoots here already. So today I want to do something a little bit different for this 365 photo. Don't particularly want to get the typical, you know, the harbour bridge, which is behind me, this one. I don't want the bridge. And I'm not particularly interested in the skyline over there either. People, there are always tons of people. Take a look. Try to get a meaningful shot of people? I don't think so. I could get a shot of the light rail. The one that's coming in now. And we have somebody here with and here's today's shot. The gentleman is using a Rolleiflex, an old Rolleiflex, and a beautiful one at that. Obviously he's photographing a young couple here, and they were waiting for the train to pass by. I pretty much messed this shot up in that I should have used a slower shutter speed to give some motion to the train. Other than that, I quite like it. It's a moment that I remember because I had a nice chat with them afterwards, and the gentleman has a studio which I plan to visit sometime soon. So guys, coming up next is a video about gas, and I don't mean wind or fossil fuel, I mean gear acquisition syndrome. So stay and watch that, and then like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.
All right, let's get right into it. Today we are tackling a huge myth that trips up pretty much every creative person out there. This idea that the secret to doing better work is just buying more expensive stuff. I mean, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? You see some incredible photo or video online, and what's the first thing so many of us ask? Whoa, what camera did they use? It's so easy to think that the tool is what makes the artist. But is that actually true? Let's dig in. You know, this feeling is so common there's even a name for it, GAS, or Gear Acquisition Syndrome. It's that little voice in your head that says, man, if I just had that newer camera body or that sharper lens, then my work would finally be good. It's this endless cycle of chasing specs instead of actually working on your skills. And it is a trap. So why is new gear so alluring? Why is it so hard to resist? Well, the answer isn't just about cool new tech. It's really about our own psychology. A lot of this boils down to something researchers call social comparison theory. Basically, when it's tough to measure how good you are, and let's be honest, art is super subjective, it's just human nature to look around and see what other people are doing. You see a pro with a $10,000 setup, and your brain just connects the dots. Their amazing gear must be why they're making amazing work. And look, this whole comparison game, it takes a real toll. It makes you feel insecure about what you're creating. It makes you feel like your perfectly good camera is somehow not enough. It just shifts your whole focus away from the joy of making something cool to the anxiety of just owning the right stuff. But here's the thing, and this is the really cool part. History is absolutely packed with incredible artists who created legendary work with tools that were, well, surprisingly basic. Some were even considered bad. Let's look at a few examples that really drive this point home. Okay, first up, let's talk about a guy named David Burnett. We're talking about a world-class photojournalist here. This is someone who's covered presidential campaigns, the Olympics, you know, the kind of pro you'd assume is walking around with only the absolute best gear money can buy. So, picture this. He's on a high-pressure presidential campaign, and his job is to get an iconic portrait of Al Gore. This is a big deal. You'd bring out the best camera you have, something super precise and reliable, right?
Well, he used a Holga, a plastic toy camera that costs about 25 bucks. It's famous for all its flaws. It leaks light, it's not sharp, it's totally unpredictable. And that just proves the point, doesn't it? What mattered was Burnett's vision, his timing, his skill, not the camera.
All right, here's another great example for you, Alex Majoli. He's a Magnum photographer known for his really powerful, up-close conflict photography.
And his assignment? Oh, just covering the Iraq War for National Geographic. No big deal, right? This is one of the most intense, demanding, and dangerous places a photographer could possibly be. So what did he use? Some giant, top-of-the-line professional camera? Nope. He used a simple little Olympus point-and-shoot from the early 2000s. While everyone else was carrying these massive DSLRs, he was using a camera that anyone could have bought at a regular electronics store. It just goes to show, when you're in the field, it's your eye that counts, not your sensor size.
Okay, for this last one, you might want to sit down because it's pretty wild. Let's talk about the artist Miroslav Tichy.
So Tichy was this outsider artist. He created these hazy, dreamlike photos that are now famous. They're celebrated in galleries all over the world and sell for tens of thousands of dollars. His work is praised for being totally unique.
So what kind of fancy, high-end gear did he use to get that unique style? None. Absolutely none. He built his cameras himself, out of trash. Cardboard tubes, tin cans, stuff he found lying around. I mean, come on. If that isn't the ultimate proof that artistic vision is completely separate from what you can buy in a store, I don't know what is. Talent and hard work will always find a way.
Okay, so we've established it's not about the gear. So, what is it about? It's about a massive shift in where you put your focus.
There's this fantastic quote that's been passed around in photography circles for years, and it just nails it. The journey of getting better as an artist isn't about upgrading your tools. It's about upgrading your understanding. The camera is really just a box. The real work is learning to see and to use light. You can really break it down into two different mindsets, right? The gear-obsessed person is worried about specs, reviews, and brand names. But the artist, they're focused on the things that actually matter. The timeless stuff. Telling a good story, getting the composition right, understanding light, and having a clear vision. One is about spending money, the other is about creating meaning.
All right, so as we start to wrap this up, what's the big takeaway from all of this? What's the one thing to remember?
This quote really just wraps it all up in a nutshell. It's not about having all the gear and no idea. It's about developing the idea, the skill, the vision first. A great artist can make magic with a cardboard box, but the most expensive camera in the world can't give someone an eye for a compelling moment. Look, at the end of the day, the most powerful piece of creative equipment you own is you. It's your brain, your eye, your creativity. So the next time you get that itch to go online and look at new gear, just stop. Pick up the camera you already own, even if it's just the one on your phone, and ask yourself this one simple question.